Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Dragonhill Games, and in this video we're going to go over exactly what it means to player draft on Arena. That's right, with IKORIA, player drafting was introduced. Now there's currently two types of player drafting. There's traditional draft and premier draft, and we'll go over what each one is. Essentially the draft experience is the same. You're going to player draft, so you'll be drafting against 7 other players, and they are timed drafts, which means you will have a certain amount of time to make each selection, and then you'll be forced to pass the pack along. The entry fee for both tournaments is exactly the same, 1,500 gems or 10,000 gold pieces. Now, how the traditional draft works is, again, it's exactly like you would think it would be with paper drafting. You will draft against 7 other players, you're going to have a limited amount of time to make each selection, and then you will play exactly 3 matches, and your prize support will be based on your win-loss record. So 0 and 1 wins will both give you 1 pack. 2 wins will net you 1,000 gems and 4 packs, so that pretty much pays for your tournament. And then 3 wins is the big payoff with 3,000 gems and 6 packs. So this type of draft tournament is really good if you are super competitive and you think you have a good chance of going at least 2-1. And then obviously 3-0, because the prize support is extremely top heavy. So really crappy prizes at the bottom if you happen to have a bad draft, and really great prizes if you go all the way and get 3-0. So the other option is a premier draft. Now this is exactly the same draft experience in that you will be drafting against 7 other players and your time limited to make each draft selection. The entry fee is exactly the same at either 1,500 gems or 10,000 gold pieces. Now this premier draft is more closer to what we're used to in drafting on Arena, in that you keep playing until you reach 3 match losses, and the maximum wins for maximum prize support is 7 wins at 2,200 gems and 6 packs. So a lot longer stretch to get up to 7 wins, obviously, than to get 3 wins in the traditional draft, and the prize support is less. However, the prizes are spread out much more evenly over, the amount of wins that you get. So having a 5-win game is still netting you more gems and packs than your initial tournament entry fee. All right, I'm going to go ahead and enter this premier draft using coins just to give you guys an experience of exactly what it's like to do one of these player drafts. For a limited time, you get one of the Godzilla premium cards as well with every draft entry. Okay, so as soon as I hit ready, then I'm going to ready up. These are all other players waiting to jump into the draft. And as soon as all 8 of us are ready to go, it will go ahead and give me my first pack. Here we go. Hunted Nightmare is a pretty good first pick. So as you can see, I have a limited amount of time to make my choice. Now, if you're not sure about what one you're going to pick, at least click on something. That way, if you run out of time, it will automatically pick the one you clicked on. Auspicious Starix is an excellent first pick, but I think I am going to go with Hunted Nightmare. Now, if you're drafting faster than your opponents, you will get this message once you've passed your packs along. The maximum amount of packs you can pass is 2. One thing I definitely recommend is when the set is brand new, like IKORIA is when I'm making this video, it's a great idea to familiarize yourself with the cards as best as possible, because that way, you don't have to sit there and read each card and take up a bunch of time trying to figure out what your pick's going to be. And as you do more and more of these drafts, you become more comfortable and familiar with the cards. You'll be able to make your picks a lot faster for sure. This guy here is really quality in this set. So as you can see, as the pack picks progress, there's less and less time to make your selection. I'm under a minute now, and when I get down to my last pack, I'll have about 10 seconds, give or take, to make my selection. Now, one thing I do have to mention is you will definitely need to set aside probably about 20 or 30 minutes to do the whole draft experience, because you're going to get times like this where you just, make a pick, and then you end up waiting 30 seconds, a minute type of thing for your next pack, just like you would in a traditional paper type draft. Now, the great thing about doing these player drafts is that you don't have to play the matches right away. So you can go ahead and draft your deck, and then you can come back to it the next day if you want and play your matches. The matches don't need to be played in any particular time frame, and you will not be playing against the people you drafted against, which is a little bit disappointing. I would have actually liked something along those lines. I thought that would have been a pretty cool experience, but then I guess you would have to devote, 3 or 4 hours to the tournament, right? So I guess they pretty much just figured that it would be better if you could play the matches at your leisure. But you will definitely have to draft each pack, all 3 packs at the same time. So you need to allot 20 to 30 minutes to go ahead and do that. All right, as you can see with my last pack, I had like 6 seconds to go ahead and pick that. All right, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you found it useful, go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps me out. Bye for now.